Alrighty, just waking up this side of heaven and just had a shower. So back to Joshua. Joshua chapter 3, and we are royal priests, nation, after the order of Melchizedek. So what does that mean? Let's go back to Joshua 3, but let's jump back all the way to Jesus when Jesus submitted to John the Baptist. Now, John the Baptist had this vision, this revelation that he would plunge them into the water, which is like second heaven in Genesis, where God was hovering over the deep, called forth light out of the darkness. And the enemy hides in darkness, but darkness is not evil. Evening and morning was day. So let's go back. He got this vision of plunging them in and then being reborn out of the water. Because we are born of the woman, we are 9 months in darkness, and then we're birthed out in the light. So the spiritual and the natural spiritual, we're being reborn. This is major, reborn. So come up out of the water, reborn, no longer are a sinner. And you got to understand, this is before Jesus did the deed. This is before Jesus was hung on a tree. Then spiritually speaking, God put the fruit back on the tree. If you imagine the tree where the fruit is picked, you put the fruit back on the tree, which is his heart-to-heart connection, the blood covenant that we have. So then let's go to chapter 3 of Joshua. So when the priests dipped their feet in the water with the Ark of the Covenant. Now, when we talked about the spiritual mapping, everything is about blood covenant. Satan had to have his child, the satanic child, Cain, murder Abel in order to get a blood covenant, in order to get jurisdiction, in order to take the planet away from God. And then he was allowed to have mass murders, tons of murders, rape, steal, kill, and destroy God's children. Now we're talking about the eradication of the liar and the blood covenants. So because Jesus hung on a tree, hung on a cross, he bore the burden for us. So we have the heart-to-heart connection. So we are the arks, the temples of the Most High, the temples of the new covenant. It's his blood. It's his blood that's running coursing through our veins. It's him and us that is doing everything to eradicate the liar. So the blood covenants, all the covenant contracts, which even for your house, your car, and everything is going to be done away with. So the enemy had to get all these covenant contracts, and he had to have murder to inflict them on the people. So all these blood covenants, Jesus canceled when he died and resurrected. So you got to admit, or not admit, mainly understand that before he even did the deed that he submitted to John the Baptist, was plunged and baptized as a sign. Then Jesus went into hell and come up victorious with the keys of hell and death to give us this revelation this day that we are the arks of the new covenant. Now, back in the day, it was the waterways that were the main transportation routes, were the waterways. The lakes, rivers, seas were the main transportation routes for all goods. Nowadays, it's mainly the highways and byways. So when the priests that have this heart-to-heart connection, we are the arks, we are the temple of the Most High God. When we step out into the highways and byways, we are the new covenant. We are the arks. We're the temples of the new covenant. That's why Joshua 3 is so significant. And then the royal priesthood in Peter, and it talked about it in Hebrews. So Melchizedek had to applicate the sins Like back in the day, the priest would applicate the sins to 2 goats or 2 lambs. One would be sacrificed and one would go into outer darkness. Now, Jesus had to be both sacrifices to cancel all darkness, to cancel all sin that lies inside of people in the dark parts of the people's hearts. Jesus had to take the flashlight in there, shine it around, and put light in there, burst forth light, just like in Genesis. So we are the ark of the new covenant. We are the temples of the Most High. We are the royal priesthood when they step out into the highways and byways. And the cross is shame to the devil because he couldn't believe, because he killed the Son of the Most High God, that it would be to his demise. So when I first went out to the streets, we were witnessing to people. Then we got a crosses. And first time I held a cross, I felt shame. And it was disgusting. Here, I thought I was this person of God, and I felt shame. That's because the devil put shame and guilt in me against my sins, against me, so that I would hold my sin against me. Then Jesus rebuked me, says, "Who are you to hold back forgiveness from you? Because of what I have done, you cannot do this." So we have this ark. We're the arks of the new covenant. Shame and guilt to no more. We're not hiding. We're not hiding behind fig leaves. We're not hiding our sin that lies within. When the priests step out into the highways and byways, the cross bearers, the enemy will be eradicated, because everywhere you go, your eyes speak louder than words, okay? So they see, like they say, monkey see, monkey do. So they see what is going on, and they're going to say, what? Why are all these people out here? We're going to explain to them the revelation of Jesus Christ. And can you imagine John the Baptizer got this vision before it happened? And baptized them, plunged them like they were dead, and then pulled back out of the water, reborn, the rebirth, the baptizer. So, hey, we need to queue up another one. But this is the most serious revelation, that the shame and guilt, the walk of shame, the devil has no jurisdiction, because Jesus canceled all covenant contracts of murder. That's how the principalities, and that's how the territorial demons, and that's how the demons rule and have ruled up till now. This is a new day. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'll be excited to go to highways and byways with my brethren. Amen. Amen.